status 1, which is okay. This one is not okay. Before position is working okay. After position is okay. So let's see what happens if let's go out a little bit. Okay, that's probably because we didn't select anything, so I need to just select again. Let's go for 5 and 4. Okay, good, now it's no, it's because the hoist switch is missing. So you have to override the hoist switch. So now it's worked. So now when I push the telescope, it's now, this arrow means it will go out, okay? So now I just want to check. See now all of a sudden now it jumped to IK5. Oh. We only moved the cylinder this much. Now it's telling us now we're already in IK5.
It's like
so it's not correct.
Extended.
So it's not correct. Okay. So what will happen is it will just, if it's left like this, if it was working now in the state, it would lock into the wrong section. You know? So let's just go back here, set this back to 0. Save. Now it still doesn't want to go anywhere. This is still status 1. Still doesn't want to go anywhere. Now we have now it's fully back again. Now it's registering number 2. So it's completely not correct. Now we're in number 5. You can see that the switches change also when it's in the. So let's go to the next one. Next one should be 3. It's just showing 0. Now it's showing 1. So now it's section 3, but it's showing section 1. So basically, the logic, the wiring for those sensors, the logic is incorrect. It's mixed up. It's all mixed up. So.
So you could just
so it needs
check
to be
one
the
by
wiring.
one.
The wiring needs to be reconfigured.
Or can we have a, I think, a manual?
Now it's showing 4. That's number 4. I think is okay. It's showing number 4. So I reckon number 5, the last one, is showing 3 here.
3. 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just past.
Tapos
1, 2, 3, 5. 1 only correct.
Only 4. Only 4.
Doing a lot of bouncing and jumping and So yeah, so there needs to be some work done first before you can use this crane. I can't even show you properly how to use the manual pinning because I can't understand where it is, the position where it is, you know. Yeah, so sorry about that, there's not much we can do. But anyway, the
That is the one that you...
that's the emergency stop. But you don't have that valve because if you hit the stop, there's nothing there. So it's, okay. Let's just switch off. Just wait for a second. Okay. So this is the timer. Yeah, maybe. Basically what it means is that the system is just sleeping, okay? And you've got 15 minutes to switch on the ignition again. So now, while it's sleeping, kind of the power is still on. So if I on the ignition, it will boot very fast. It'll come back on a lot quicker. So just check the can. If everything's okay, can okay, good. So now it comes on very quick. So as long as you didn't change anything here, you can just escape. It goes to the screen. Okay. That's on because your hoist limit switch is missing. So you have the alarm sound. 2 block, yeah, call it 2 block. So of course if you switch off the ignition and the timer then expires, then it has to reboot again, the whole system, and it takes a few minutes for it to boot up. So the main menu, so this is the main menu that you can go to. In addition, basically on the crane screen you will have some of the same buttons, but here it's just showing you more. Okay, so what we have is you can switch off the crane screen. All right. So like if you want to have a sleep or something, you can leave it. You can leave it on, but you can switch it off. Normally, if you touch it, it will come back on again. Okay. This one brings you into the crane screen. Okay. This one brings you into your table screen here. I'll go through this in a moment. You come back out of there. This is for error codes, if there's any error codes. This is for changing the joystick orientation. So here you have 3 options. Mode 1, you can press mode 4. Mode 4 is swapping the slewing to the right side, and the boom derrick up and down.
Up and down here.
Mode 1, normally the slewing is here. So if I press mode 3, mode 4, it changes the slewing here. This is the slewing now. Mode 6. Okay, is telescope now is here, and luffing is now here. The boom is here. So normally you will use number 1. This is the standard. Okay, so the standard always is this one for booming up and booming down. This one is for hoisting. The main hoist 1. You only have 1 hoist, so this is for the main hoist. This one is always for telescope, and this one is for slewing. That's standard. Okay. You have the hours, so you can check the crane hours. So this, according to this, the crane hours are only 1,564, but I don't believe that.
1,000?
I don't believe that. I don't believe these crane hours are 1,000. Oh, sorry, my mistake. This is for the different function, not the overall. You can check the hours of operation for each function, like the slewing, the booming up, how many hours that you've hoisted. So hoisting is 2,533 and etc. So you can just check, you know. sometimes it's handy if you're doing some service planning, so you can check to see how many hours you've been telescoping, and then now okay, you reach 100 hours. Okay, now I need to put some grease or something like that. You know? So you can plan for some maintenance. That's what it's handy for. This service is for changing the parameters, like I mentioned, on the joysticks. So you can basically change some options here. If I press the menu, it's coming up with 3 options and default. Okay. So option 1, 2 and 3, you can actually change some of these figures. But in order to change them, you need to understand what these what are these meaning. Okay. So you're not really going to be touching this, you know, really. Okay. But all it means is, let's just try, let's see for this. So this is for slewing left. Okay, so slewing left. So if I start moving the joystick, you'll see there's a little icon here. So it's going to follow this red line.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You see how it's following the line? All right.
Like
so,
a mouse.
Yeah. So you'll see here. So Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. So these are all different points of reaction. All right. So like when I start moving the joystick, it's very hard to get it to Y1. Y1 is always the starting current. Okay. 150 milliamp. Then Y2 would be the initiation. So like that's when the function will start to move. Okay. That's in this yellow highlighted area. Okay. Then Y2 to Y3 is the speed increase. Okay, up to Y4. Okay. And this is, you can set, I mean, you can actually press these here. So actually it's telling you not possible to change the default value. So I need to go to setting number 1. Now I can change some values. So if I wanted to, now I could change this to 200 milliamps. Save. So now it changes to 200. Give it some time. So now it's changed to 200, meaning now that this Y1 has now gone to this 200, it's not in 150. So meaning the start of the slew will now be at 200 instead of 150, meaning there'll be a delay